So as expected, we have seen a bounce back in Dow Jones, and although overall Wall Street and it was in green, and most of the gains are come from Nasdaq, and because it was very near to a resistance, and that's why I have specifically said for Nasdaq and S&P 500 let the resistance surpass. But anyways, we have seen a good bounce back in the yesterday session. So let us see what lies ahead for the Wall Street as far as today's market or 17th of March 2023 is concerned, because along with the rise in the equity indices, we have seen a 12% fall in the VIX, which you may call as a good sign, but the question is it sustainable or not? Because every momentum, it looks like a dead cat bounce, because every rise comes with a big selling. So let us see what is happening. And here we are, as far as Dow Jones is concerned. I was very sure about the bounce back, and we have seen a bounce back that has started. But as I told you, whether it will sustain or not, that's a very big question, because this bounce back, this is a typical bounce back which always happen after a trend breakdown, just to retest its previous support, and just to test the strength. Okay, so right now, even though we have seen a bounce back in Dow Jones, so here we are, but we are still trading in between a range. So on the upside, we have 32,500 and 32,700, 32,720 as far as the next two target. But at the same time, these two levels will act as a very strong resistance. Okay, so do not try to test your luck beyond 32,720. And similarly, on the downside, we have 31,717 and 31,420, which are your big support level. And if it falls below these two levels, more specifically below 31,717 or 31,710, the downside will resume again. So beware, it's a range bound price action that we can see. So don't be over optimistic, just play the bounce back, and if you don't understand, let the range sustain, and then we will see what is going to happen. Now as far as Nasdaq is concerned, Nasdaq is acting very bizarre, because these levels are getting tested time and time again. As you can see, this is your resistance zone, and you can see there is a test and retest again. After each and every circumstance. So 4,566 or 4,666, 4,566, 4,570, and on the downside 4,500 will become a point which is hard to cross, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are multiple instances where it act as a big resistance. But then again, Nasdaq is sustaining above 11,566 or 11,570, which means it is now eligible for 12,279 and 12,280. But as I told you, make sure that Nasdaq is not falling below 11,500. So in Dow Jones, range bound, and then in Nasdaq, this is a breakout or a bounce back again kind of scenario. Now look at the S&P 500, because S&P 500 is grinding like anything because moves from both Nasdaq and Dow Jones are playing a very big role. And now you can see something like this. Okay, so this is a trend. Here we are. So we can see something like this. Now the trend is shifting, and those who are watching my videos regularly, they know that I was looking into some other trend for the last 1 or 2 weeks, and now as the price fall, the trend has changed. So if you compare this trend, what I'm going to explain to you today in today's trading session is completely different from the range or the trend that I have explained previously. So we need to act appropriately. We need to change our dimension as well based on the price action. So here we are. If you are looking at the price action, we can see how S&P 500 is reacting or behaving. So here also one can expect a bounce back, and market turns volatile, and it's become volatile big time. So even though the bounce back has started, please don't go below 3840, which is your stop loss. If it falls below 3840, we will see a big drop. Okay, a big drop. I mean, when I'm saying big drop, I'm expecting 250 to 300 point downside, which is very big for S&P 500. It means 10%. And simultaneously on the upside, move towards 4195 and 4300 is now officially opened up. So let us see what will happen. And this move will definitely sponsored by Nasdaq. So that is another thing which we need to look at, because that's the indices where we have seen a breakout. So overall, Dow Jones is range bound, Nasdaq breakout, and a range expansion in S&P 500. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.